Hey folks, welcome back to the Flipside. I'm Sam, and I know it's Origins Week, so why in the world are we talking about GenCon? Because I want to. That's why. That's the only reason why. This is going to be a video of 10 games that while I'm at GenCon, I'm going to be trying to demo. These are the kinds of things that I like to make lists about. Things that I'm interested in seeing. I don't like to harp on new games too much because there's a lot of good old games out there as well, but these are games that aren't even out yet, so I really want to try them before I think about putting any money behind them. If I try to go in and try to demo more than 10 games, because I'm probably going to be working a booth as well, if I set the bar too high, I won't make it and I'll be disappointed, but I think 10 games is doable, so that's what we're going to try to do. Now, with all that being said, this is not going to be in any kind of order. There's no order to the list. I'm not ranking these by the least interested to most interested or anything like that. These are just 10 games that I'm going to try to go check out, and as you're going to see, we're going to separate them by their publisher, and I'll also be supplying the booth name of the booth number of where they're going to be too. So without further ado, let's get to it. First game has been kind of on my radar for a couple of years now, and it's from a company called APE Games, and this is called Chaos Cove. Chaos Cove is designed by Martin Wallace. That's the first thing that kind of led me to this. Well, that's a little bit of a misnomer. Really, it was the artwork. The artwork on the box cover was like, ooh, that looks fun. The name looks fun. Then I saw Martin Wallace's name, and I said, I'm in. I want to go check this one out at the very least. Now, as I said, it's been on my radar for a couple of years because this has been, I think this has been demoing last year as well. So this is the second year that I've really been able to, I've really wanted to go check this out. I just haven't been able to do that yet. Worker placement, multi-use cards, chaining, and it just has that cool kind of King of the Hill theme that's going for it. I'm really looking forward to giving this one a try. I don't know much about APE Games, so there isn't any real confidence or anything like that. The confidence is found in the designer's name, Martin Wallace. He's one of those OGs, and there's more confidence found in the mechanisms. That's what really kind of added to my interest for the game. The worker placement, multi-use cards, love multi-use cards, love chaining cards together for different powers and that kind of thing, and the cool kind of King of the Hill type defend your place theme that's there. So I'm going to be looking forward to trying out Chaos Cove. Next up on the list is a game called Medieval Academy. Now this is a re-implementation. This is kind of a new, the description on Board Game Geek said that here comes the new edition of Medieval Academy, all fresh and revamped. Now with that having been said, don't know Nicholas Ponson. I don't know his name. I do know Blue Cocker Games. I have enjoyed a lot of Blue Cocker games. Their component quality, their production quality has usually been pretty good. So there's a little bit of confidence there. But closed drafting, hand management, simultaneous action selection, and there's a solo mode to this. And it looks cool. It's a family weight game, which all of those things are kind of pointing me towards this is a game that I'll probably enjoy. But with that having been said, I don't really know much more other than what you can find on the Geek about it. So I'm looking forward to giving it a try. That's why it's on my list. And that's going to be at booth 1321, which is going to be at the Flat River Games demo booth, I believe. So go check it out. Next up on the list is a game from Burnt Island Games. They're going to be at booth 2004, and this is called How to Save a World. How to Save a World, and there isn't a whole lot of information on the Geek about this one, but we do see that there is worker placement, deck building, and there is one picture that shows the cards that you're going to be using in the game, and they have really nice looking artwork and graphic design. I like how the cards are laid out. I don't know the designer's name. I've never heard of the artists either, but It has a cool sci-fi theme, and worker placement is one of those themes that I've always kind of gravitated towards in the past, so I'm looking forward to it. One of the leading researchers in the galaxy, you're in high demand. You've spent the last 2 years on a small terrestrial planet several light years from Earth, and you've been studying indigenous fauna, and your life as that simple researcher is about to end. A powerful laser is tracking an asteroid's approach and will fire as soon as it comes within range. So you're trying to save the world from an asteroid smashing into it. And so this is a cool theme. I enjoy it. I enjoy sci-fi themes as well. So I'm looking forward to giving this one a try at Burt Island Games. That's How to Save a World, booth 2004. Now this next one is a kind of blast from the past. This is called Defenders of the Realm. It's going to be at the Flat River Group demo booth 1321. The company putting this out though is Greater Than Games. They're a good company that I've played a lot of games from, so there's some confidence there. But Defenders of the Realm is an OG game, man. This is a Legends edition, so it's given me the vibe of this deluxe edition, and I really enjoy this game. One of the designers, Richard Lanius, is a great dude that I've been able to spend a lot of time with, and I trust his design work, and most of the time the games that he designs I've really enjoyed. And of course, this is a game that he designed. I've really already played Defenders of the Realm, but I want to go check out the Legends edition, and so that's why I'm going to go give this a try over at the Flat River Group demo booth 1321, Defenders of the Realm, the Legends edition. Next one on the list is from Paverson Games, and they're going to be at booth 2151. This one is called Luthier, or Luthier. I don't know how you would actually pronounce it. I'm pretty sure it's Luthier, but this one is one that's been on my radar for the last couple of years as well. I just haven't been able to get over there because every time I try to go, the booth is slamming with people trying this game, and I just haven't been able to sit down and try it yet. First of all, Vincent Dutrade's artwork. That's almost a given for me at this point. Second of all, you're designing musical instruments, and that's a cool theme. Worker placement, where you have different types of workers that are moving around doing different things. That's something I'm really enjoying. I enjoy, to an extent, auction and bidding, but we'll see how that goes. And as I already said, it has a neat theme, but really it was the artwork. Their booth presence in the past, Paverson Games, has been phenomenal, and it has me drooling every time I walk by. So I just haven't been able to sit down and take a look at this game, but I really, really, really want to. I love Vincent Dutrade's artwork, and it sounds like the game is also going to be fun. So I'm going to be stopping by booth 2151 to try out Luthier from Paverson Games. The next one on my list is from Shadowborne Games. They're going to be at booth 1641 at GenCon, and this is called Avalon, the Riven Veil. And frankly, the name popped out at me. The artwork popped out at me, and that is about it. The miniatures look amazing, and it has a great King Arthur theme that's wrapped around it, but it's not the normal, like, romantic King Arthur look. This is a little bit more fantastical from the looks of the minis and that kind of thing, which is something that I'm super interested in. Multi-use cards, variable player powers, card play conflict resolution. These are all things that I've super enjoyed. Now, the weight is what has me concerned, because it says that it is a 5 out of 5 for complexity. And so normally I would be running as fast as I can away from something like this, because even the heaviest game that I enjoy has a lower complexity rating than this thing. It looks really good, so I want to give it a try, but if the complexity rating is anywhere close to being correct, I might have to pass on this one. It's just too much. But I'm really looking forward to giving it a try at the very least. So that's Avalon, the Riven Veil from Shadowborne Games at booth 1641. See you there. Now, from one extreme, supposedly, to another, we have Weird City Games at booth 2956. They're going to be giving demos of a game called Canopy Evergreen. And Canopy Evergreen, it says, build your Pacific Northwest forest with plants, animals, and trees. Well, I live in the Pacific Northwest, so that was an immediate kind of flag saying, hey, check me out. But then looked at the artist's name, Vincent Dutrait. So I'm in. I don't even have to read anything else about it, but I am going to. Open drafting, cool. Something I enjoy. Set collection, push your luck. It sounds like it's going to be right in that same vein of games as Aqua and Cascadia and that type of stuff, and that's the kind of stuff that I really enjoy looking for. It's the stuff that really does well in gaming night situations that my wife and I host a lot, so I'm really looking forward to doing this. 45 to 60 minutes, 1 to 4 players, so if there's a solo mode, that's even better. I can teach myself how to play by myself, so that's cool, and of course, the artwork just looks amazing. Tim Eisner is the designer, so I'm looking forward to trying Canopy Evergreen out at Weird City Games, booth 2956. The next one is from a company called Shadowborne Games. They're going to be at booth 3058, and this is by a designer called Art Casey. I've played a couple of his games at this point, and I've enjoyed both of them. So whenever I see his name, that's what I want to go check out. This one's called Kalahari. This is a small little game that I'm assuming it's a small-ish kind of game. Maybe not as small as some of his other games, but it is worker placement, area control, dice rolling, and it has a modular board. So modular boards are cool. I like dice rolling, even though dice pretty much hate me. Area control is one that I've usually enjoyed over the past, but really worker placement is the hook for me, and the designer's name is the hook for me. So I'm really looking forward to giving Kalahari a try out. It looks pretty cool as far as the components are concerned. Everybody has their own little team of meerkats running around trying to control different areas of the board, I assume for points and so forth. Maybe different player powers and all of that kind of stuff. But it says, prove the strength of your meerkat family's matriarchy by controlling the Kalahari. Sounds interesting to me. I'm sold on the artist. I'm on the designer's name, and I like Shadowborne Games as a company as well. So I'm going to be stopping by booth 3058 to try out Kalahari. Next up, from Monolith Board Games at the Flat River Group demo booth 1321. That's going to be a game called Tower Up. Now, there isn't a whole lot on the geek about this one. It says variable setup mechanism. That's it. That's the only mechanism? What? But you're basically going to be picking a card, taking corresponding resources, or using your resources to construct buildings on an empty spot, pay the cost to adjacent buildings, place a roof, earn corresponding points, and so forth and so on. But I like city building games, and especially if they have a 3D element to it. I really enjoy those as well. They're very satisfying for me. So this is one that I don't really know a whole lot about, but Sebastian Pochon is one of the designers. I know him and I trust him, and I also trust Monolith Board Games. So Tower Up is one that I'm looking forward to trying out at the Flat River Group demo booth 1321. And finally, we have a game from an OG publishing company called Plaid Hat Games. They're going to be at booth 2221, and they're going to be demoing a game called Wandering Galaxy. But here's the hook, the singular hook. Well, the second hook. The first hook was the designer, Jerry Hawthorne. I know him, I know his name, and I know some of his designs, so it's good. The second, and the one that actually, the hook that actually set, is a Crossroads game. Dead of Winter is one of my favorite games to play, and it was the OG Crossroads game, and now this is another game in that same series. I love that mechanism, that Crossroads mechanism. It's kind of like finding event cards. When you go out and do something, some things make you flip over a Crossroads card, and then you have a decision to make that will affect the rest of your game, at least, maybe the game entirety. It is a cooperative game. There's also work placement, narrative choice, worker placement, narrative choice, and hand management. So everything is pointing me down the alley that this is going to be a game that I enjoy, which is why it made my list. So I will be trying out Wandering Galaxy, a Crossroads game, at the Plaid Hat Games booth 2221. And that's it. If you see me heading for one of these booths at GenCon, tag along. I'd be happy to have you join me in a demo if any of these interest you. If you don't see me, go check them out anyway, because I think these are going to be good games, at least from the first impressions that I've had of them by doing my research on the geek. So, without further ado, I'm going to get out of here, though. Thank you for joining me. We'll see you guys and gals on the flip side. Take care.